What's up, Cooksy Mob? Hey, so I got a little video today. I want to talk about Ken Roczen. He's pissed, and he should be pissed. But before we get into all that, I want to thank Complete Racing Solutions. You guys know Coach Rob, the savage who had a heart attack and did a podcast from the hospital and didn't even tell me and Hopper that he had just had a heart attack, or Travis from Moto Aftermath. Oh my God, what a savage. But you want to get on a program with Coach Rob, hit him up, CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Epic Garage Designs. If you want something, just anything to make your garage more organized, look better, feel better, or just it's that season. You're gonna be working on your bike. Have something cool in your garage. Get your garbage off the floor and up on a roof rack. So hit them up. Ride Strapped. You guys know Ride Strapped. Ride Strapped has goggles, glasses, such a cool company, and they're about to do something that will kind of give back to the community. So check out Ride Strapped. And then if you're shipping something and you're tired of trucking companies that screw you around, hit up Precision Transport. They're awesome. They support the moto industry, also MMA, Jiu-Jitsu. Such a cool company. So hit up Precision Transport for your shipping needs. And then guys, let's not forget, if you want to buy a motocross facility, or you know somebody who wants to buy a motocross facility, let's keep Three Palms in the motocross industry. It's a great place just outside of Houston. If you want this place, or you want to look at buying this place, hit me up. Message me on Instagram, email me at chriscooksymedia@gmail.com, or call me. Either way, let's get this place. Let's keep it moto. Let's not lose another amazing facility. So, all right, guys, let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
All right, guys, so we all saw when Jett pulled over and waved Ken Roczen by, and there's so many different theories as to why. Jett says he's calculating points, and honestly, I just don't believe that, and maybe he's telling himself that, I don't know, but in reality, he was feeling the heat from Ken Roczen. And I believe Ken Roczen was going to pass him or push him to the brink, and I just think he was managing risk. So this whole points thing and how he's trying to create a bigger gap, you probably ought to let that go, Jett, because all you're going to do is piss people off. If I'm in his crew right now, I go, Jett, just tell people, hey, Ken was coming and I didn't want to put it to that extra risk. He probably was going to catch me either way. I kind of knew I didn't have to beat him for the overall, the way the points work. It didn't matter. That's it. But the way you say, oh, I was trying to manipulate the points, and well, now you pissed off Ken, because Ken is like, wait, what? You handed me a win? Screw you. I'm going to kick your ass next week in LA. And then Chase is like, seriously? You're letting a Suzuki pass, and yes, he's on a Honda, but he's also, this is something to watch this weekend in LA too. This is his last weekend on the Honda. This is it for Chase Sexton as Jett's teammate. My question is, does Honda want Jett to win it a lot more than they want Chase to win it? I'm going to say, yeah, they probably do. But with that said, Lars is a very professional team manager, and they're not going to sabotage Chase at all. I don't expect that. But when you expect that little extra effort from the engineers, and I wouldn't be shocked if they found something on the bike that they wouldn't share it with Chase this weekend. Because these SMX rounds are strange in the sense of, you show up and is the track outdoor? Is it Supercross? We don't really know. We don't know really how they're going to make it. It's different. It's something that leaves these teams just scrambling, trying to figure it out. But I'll tell you what, Jett has a big time bullseye on him. And if you thought it was big coming into the series, after pulling what he pulled, or literally pulling over last weekend, these guys want blood. They want to kick his ass. And while him and Ken are friendly personally, on the track, they want to kick his ass, and there's no questions about that. They do not want some kid out there making a mockery of the races, pulling over and telling Ken, oh yeah, it was just a gift for your new child. What? That's garbage. And if I'm Ken, I'm pissed too. If I'm Hep, I'm pissed. I'm like, no, we're going to go to LA and we're going to kick this kid's ass. So if you thought for 1 second that they weren't going there to win this weekend, or if Ken has a tendency to play it safe sometimes, and being what he's been through in his career, I totally understand it. But no, he's going to hang it out. This Super Motocross deal, it's a big deal. And to be the inaugural champion means something. It means a lot. Historically, the first year that they have a championship like this, it's the biggest. These guys want it. It's not even about the money. Yes, the money's nice, the $1 million. But I'm telling you, these guys don't race for money. All those guys are pretty well set. Nobody's scrambling for money. But they want this. They want this for their legacy. They want this for the weekend. They want this for the momentum going into 2024. They want this to be able to run that #1 plate next year. It's something that these guys care a lot about. Cooper Webb, I think he was a little bit thrown off. Everyone's like, oh, he's struggling. No, Cooper Webb is a Supercross specialist, and he's been training Supercross on the Yamaha. I don't think that a lot of guys anticipated the difficulty and the diversity of the tracks of SMX, and I think that has really thrown Cooper for a loop. I think you're going to see a good Cooper Webb this weekend, and do not be surprised if he's on the podium or gets in there and mixes it up. These guys are going to have a hard time, and he loves to play spoiler. He would love to come out and win the final round and really throw a wrench into this, these championships, or the championship points. And right now, Jett controls his destiny. If he wins, he wins. Chase, if he wins, he wins. Roczen, if he wins and Chase gets third or worse, he wins. So it is really wide open. It's a great finale. And I know a lot of people are complaining about the single, double, and triple points. I'm sorry, I love it, guys. This is a grand finale, a playoff, something that builds, and this fixes that. It's kind of a chase format, but without having to affect the regular season. And like I said, I was very skeptical of how many races these guys were going to have to run and how hard it was going to be on these teams. But seeing the way this is playing out, I'm sorry, I love it, guys. Go ahead and sit out the designations. I got no problem with that. Sit out the designations, rest up. Get ready for next season. You got 3 months after this race to do whatever you want to do. Some of the guys will go race World Supercross, the 2 rounds, and I'm hearing some crazy stuff about that. I got to get with Adam Bailey and find out what is actually going on. I've heard that the teams are pissed off that the races, they're going to do the double headers, but they're going to do single pay. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on, but I'm supporting that series 100%. So I got to talk to Adam Bailey, find out what's going on before I draw any conclusions. But I really want that series to succeed, just for the overall success of the sport. More jobs, more opportunities, more races. And that's 2 races we get to see in the off season when we really wouldn't see something. So I absolutely love World Supercross, and I want them to succeed. Back to the designations. So this year, and I told you guys, the riders do not expect a very good finish. I'm sorry. Christian Craig, coming off of a horrific hip, elbow, then a resurgery. He hasn't even raced SMX. He's not quite ready. So if you expect him to go over there and put in a hero ride and get on the podium, I just don't see it. Those guys in Europe are fast. They know this track. It's their stomping ground. Aaron Plessinger's riding really good. And, he looks like Captain America out there. And he's going to ride his ass off. And then RJ Hampshire, does he ever cheat you for effort? Never. But I just don't. It's really stacked against our guys this year. So I am not going to belittle their effort at all. And I want to commend all 3 of those guys for stepping up in a year when they've had this whole new change and everybody's bowed out. And listen, good for them. I'm in. I'm not making anyone who's a part of Team USA right now, I'm in. Go for it. Where I'm still pissed at Giuseppe Longo and the team, and the startup promotions group. You guys are jackasses. You're ruining it. You're just squeezing every damn dime out of it. Take a look at the bigger picture. Have this race every 2 years, every 3 years, make it a bigger deal. So every couple years you have a national event or a world event like this. Don't do it every year. And then people say, oh, well, it's worked for 50 years. But has it? Because think about how many years where guys didn't want to go and you don't get the best effort. Does it really? It will mean more, I promise you. And yes, it would suck to not have a designations. We've had years where they didn't have it. But I don't know. But anyway, like I said, no more negativity, no negativity towards the riders that are going. I don't care if they're in the B final and they barely make it in. I don't care. hats off, Aaron Plessinger, Christian Craig, and RJ Hampshire. You guys have my respect for putting your asses on the line and going over there and giving your bodies for the country and, shortening your off season, taking the risks and putting in that kind of effort. So good on you guys. So my best of luck to you guys. I hope you do. And you never know. It's a weird race. Weird things happen. I would be ecstatic if I couldn't even imagine how great it would feel if those guys got on the podium. They get on the podium, I will be doing backflips. Like I said, it takes balls for somebody like Christian Craig, who has been out this long, to raise his hand and say, I'm going to go. So no matter how he finishes, props, man. That's courage. That is something that not a lot of people would do. So, that kind of got lost in the team not being as competitive as it could be. The fact that Christian Craig is just, that's badass, man. Just like, hey, raise my hand. I'll go. Nobody else will go. I will go. And they all know that there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. When you represent your country, especially the United States in particular, if you don't win, people are pissed. But I'm telling you guys, I really think we need to back that down this year. Let's just celebrate the fact that they're still going. And then also, let's berate the promoter for exploiting our guys. So we'll leave it at that. And I want to give a shout out to Privateer Team Club MX. These guys, so when you have these tracks like SMX where you show up and you don't know what you're going to get, you're at a huge disadvantage to these factories who have all this data, engineers, they can change this, they can change that. Meanwhile, Club MX is working on a specific budget to where they can't even reschedule their rig to get fixed. So they got their rig getting ready for 2024. They're showing up in vans and trailers and just giving their all and handing it to these factory guys. Phil leading laps, getting inside the top 10, out of the LCQ. Marchbanks riding his ass off, putting in some of the fastest laps out there. I'm pumped. Club MX, my hat is off to you guys. And, Luke Neese getting in there. Kilroy doing pretty good. Good on you guys. Club MX. Touche, Club MX. But all right, guys, that's it for today. Remember, if you need a real estate agent in the Las Vegas or Henderson areas, hit me up. If you were buying a house, if you're selling a house, or you just need a rental in this area, hit me up. I will get you dialed in. Like I said, I'm new to Berkshire Hathaway. That's the agency I'm working for. But I'm on a team with some seasoned veteran reps or seasoned agents, and we will get you the house. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to offer, like, if you're selling your house, I'm going to promote it on this podcast. So you're going to get national exposure when you sell your house with me. So if you're selling your house in this area, hit me up. I am going to get you the best opportunity to get the most amount of money for it. And if you're buying a house, I'm going to grind people to get you the best deal and the exact house you want. So anyway, guys, that's it, and I will catch you later.